Good morning everyone, welcome to the Survivor Series 2025 review. If it's your first time here on Let It Rip, thank you for coming. We cover wrestling and Pokemon content every week. Rips and reviews is what I'll do. Let's get into it, let it rip. We open with a video package before the siren sounds for War Games. War Games! Women's match up first, and Charlotte Flair is out. And it's genuinely nice to see the fan reaction for her. A couple of months ago, it wasn't very nice. It was a bit nasty. And the ring gear looked sick too. No shark cages this year for War Games. We don't see the teams backstage. And I thought it would be a good idea to have a camera in the locker room, seeing them get ready to go out, having them watch the match or something. Before the match officially begins, we get Flair versus Asuka. Then Io comes out carrying a bin lid, which I thought was quite funny. The man comes out for the heels, followed by Alexa, then Kyrie, who arrives carrying a chain. The heels take advantage here, tying all the goodies up, and then they all hit a drop kick on Flair, Bliss, and Io. AJ is out next, followed by Nia and Rhea, and finally Lash Legend, who is in quite a big spot for someone who only got called up recently. And now the match begins. Rhea is being ganged up on before Flair comes in, shoves her out the way, and then Asuka mists Lash Legend. Oh no. Later on in the match, Io climbs to the top of the cage and calls for a bin. AJ tries to give it her but can't reach, so Rhea Ripley gets AJ on her shoulders, passes the bin up, and then this guy swanton bombs off the top of the cage with a bin on her head. It was unreal, like genuinely amazing to see. This leaves Becky on her own versus AJ's squad. They don't really push the match much further than they need to here. AJ gets a Black Widow on Becky, and Becky taps quite quickly actually. Enjoyable opener. Sometimes War Games go long. This was timed really well. Cena versus Mysterio next, and during the video package they replay the match that they had on Raw, and I forgot how much I loved that match. It was so good. The greatest luchador in the world comes out first with Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez. Dom just knows who he is at this point. He's slimy, he's brilliant, and I love it. Cena arrives on scene and has a big old chat with his best friend in the world, Stu. He just loves Stu. Stu the cameraman, he's just having a lovely time chatting to his lovely friend who he loves so much. Raquel and Roxanne continually pop up in the early going to this one, tripping or whacking John Cena throughout the match. Then a hurricanrana goes badly wrong. Dom lands on his shoulder and it's awkward and the medics are out. And Michael Cole uses his very serious voice, so you know it's super serious. In the ring though, Raquel and Roxanne kick Cena's bumper. Pop rocks, a Tahana bomb, but they set Cena up for a 619. But Dom is down. Dom gets up quickly, thank you to some world-class medical help, and runs in. He is revived. He hits the 619. The 619 is hit, but the ref is too cross with Dom to count the pin. You naughty boy, Dom. We thought you had a bad shoulder. Roxanne and Raquel get sent home for being so naughty, and the match continues. Moments later, Cena and Dom are hitting big blows before Cena knocks down the referee with a shoulder tackle. Barrett calls for the disqualification, which genuinely made me laugh. And the Judgment Day boys come out and they look to take advantage of the ref being down. But they don't manage to really do anything. Cena takes charge of them and hits both with an AA. A double AA. An AA is then hit on Dom, but Chad Patton is still down. So Cena calls for the ref and Liv Morgan's music hits. Liv Morgan is officially a referee. I just spilled my coffee. Liv Morgan is officially a referee. So Liv comes down. Dom expects Liv just to give him a big cuddle because they are brother? They're not brother and sister. They are boyfriend and girlfriend. But instead of a kiss, she whacks him and then goes for a snug with John Cena. Turns evil, does a really weird evil thing with her eyes and kicks Cena in his willy. Belt shot, and then Dom goes up for a frog splash. And the referee must have received the same world-class medical help as Dom did earlier because he's up and he's back and he's groggy. But he counts the pin. 1, 2, 3. Dom is the IC champ again and has his girlfriend back and everything is just coming up Dom. That match was stupid and silly and I absolutely loved it. Cena gets up and receives a big thank you, Cena. big thank you Cena chant, and then he can go back and have a nice best friend chat. His best friend in the world, his best friend, he's just his best friend. He loves him, Stu the cameraman. The third match is Nikki, the Bella Gone Bad Bella, versus Stephanie Becker for the women's world title. And the start of the match here is focused on telling the story that Nikki is more experienced. She's had a career that Stephanie Becker would love to have. As we get into the match then, Stephanie Becker ups the pace and it is clear maybe this is the story that they were trying to tell. Becker is just faster, stronger. She is the ER of the WWE. She hits an SVB on Nikki but only gets 2. The match goes outside the ring. And the Devil's Kiss is done on the announce table, and the Devil's Kiss is done inside the ring on the canvas. There is so much Devil's Kissing going on. Corkscrew splash, and it is done. That's it really. That was it. Quite dominant. So before the main event, I'm just going to politely ask you to like and subscribe. When I get to 25 subscribers, I will purchase a better microphone, so hopefully these videos will be better quality. Thank you very much for watching though. Yeah, means a lot, thank you. Final match then. Let's go to war! Video package hypes up the maino, and it is star-studded. One question, why do they have the rules for War Games repeated? We already know the rules. We had the match earlier on in the night. We start with the punker. He'll go up against Bron Breakker, and when Bron Breakker's coming out, he's got this like aura about him. He looks like the real deal. He's ready for big things now. Early point of note, I think a lot gets made in these War Games matches where the heels need to have the advantage. I don't really subscribe to that. I think the women's match earlier in the night showed that it can be done either way. Doesn't really matter, I don't think. Drew is out next, followed by Cody, and then Cody climbs up the cage because Drew won't let him in, and Cody just flings himself off the cage, and he's in. Cody then does something ridiculous. So he could see that the 2 heels are down, Breakker and Drew McIntyre, so he knows there's nobody else for him to fight against. And then Punk comes along and goes, oh, cheers mate, thanks for helping me out. Cody just whacks him with his elbow, completely nails him, accidentally. No. A few moments later, a horrible, absolutely horrible, wince-inducing moment comes. Punk and Cody are going through a doomsday device on Bron Breakker, and then he just lands on his neck. He just lands full on his neck. The camera doesn't find him for a while. I think he's getting checked over. Nasty, really, really nasty. So in comes Mr. Humble, Logan Paul, and he gets in, hits some nice double team moves with Drew McIntyre. Big Jin comes in to face Team Vision and immediately grabs the table before entering the ring. Jim cleans house before getting Claymore. Bronson Reed is out next, and he hits tsunamis on everyone and doesn't break his ankle, so well done Bronson. The clock counts down and everyone is expecting Jay, and Jay comes out. The crowd are yeeting, he's yeeting, he gets in some yeet punches, does some yeet kicks, yeet moves, everyone is yeeting. Jay does the twiddly thing, put my coffee down. Jay does his twiddly fingers, rippy, they rip yeet. He's on the top. Everyone's yeeting. In the middle of a war, Jey Uso is just yeeting all over the place. I don't think that's ever happened in wars before. Morning, Hitler. Yeet. The yeet is interrupted by Brock in his first ever War Games match, and he just gets in and does Brock stuff. Then later on, everybody's down apart from Brock, and Roman's music hits. God, I love Roman. Can you see? Am I in? So Lesnar comes out of the ring to face Roman as Roman's walking down, and he gets a Superman punch. Then he gets another one, and then another. And then Roman goes for another one and gets F5 through the announce table, throws him in the ring, and the match officially begins. Punk hits a GTS on Brock, Crossroads on Brock as well. Logan breaks up the pin and then gets given brass knuckle. Bam! Bam! Gets hit. People get hit. Roman gets his hands on the nut, and bam! More people get hit. Then Roman spears Brock through the table in a really cool spot where Brock had Jay or Jimmy on his shoulders in the F5 position. This is going quite good. Punk then hits Logan with the GTS, and that's broken up at 2 as a mystery figure climbs up the cage, into the cage. Please don't let it be Jake Paul. The mysterious figure hits Punk with a stomp. A stomp? A stomp? And then climbs out again. He hits a spear on Punk, and that is the end of War Games. Team Vision and friends win and stand tall to close out the show, whilst all the goodies just kind of look sad at each other. There's a fist bump between Roman and Punk, but not a fist bump between Roman and Cody. And that's it. Let me know what you thought about it. Drop a comment. What was your best bit? What was your worst bit? Thanks.